Why is it so dark? There we go. There. Hi, Victor. What's up, man? How are you doing today? I am doing fine if anybody cares. I am doing just spectacular. Spectaculoso. That's not a word, I don't think, but I'm using it. What can I say? Spectaculoso. That's a new word I just invented. What's up, people? What's up? How was your Thanksgiving? How are you grateful for your Thanksgiving? Did you thanks the giving? No? All right, too much? Am I doing too much? Oh well. What can I say? I am a too much doer. Y'all excited about the weekend? The long weekend for some of y'all? Like, oh my god, I got an extra day. Oh my goodness. That's how y'all be like, oh my god, I got an extra day. And then Sunday night comes. Ugh, I don't know why y'all do that. I used to enjoy going to work on Mondays because I have a life. Uh, when I had a 9 to 5 job, I used to enjoy going to work on Mondays. Like, because I am an amazing human who shares amazingness with other people. What can I say? You hate, you hate. You love, you love. You're disgusted, you are disgusted. What can I say? It's just how it is. See? Somebody posted earlier today something about engage people, blah, 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 whatever. I mean, I'm all about engagement. Like, but if you don't like what somebody is saying, then just move on. I look at it like this: if it's the simplest thing too, it's not something great. It's the simplest thing. Um, you would like somebody, maybe the way they look, their voice, the aesthetics around them, and those are the very things that would repulse you toward from them. So my thing is just let people do what they're going to do. Like for me, I know a lot of people, not a lot, some people may not just like me. All right, cool. And there are millions of people, actually billions of people on TikTok and on YouTube. You don't have to look at me. Just share the damn live though. But you don't have to look at me. You can find some other weirdo like me that you gonna listen to. Probably will talk about the same damn thing anyway. So it's whatever. I don't take offense to that. When I'm watching when used to watch regular television, some of the things that people be saying, I'm like, what are you talking about? I'll just skip the channel. Some days I'm in a controversial mind space. I go to channels that say things that annoy me for real. And then I'll be like, that's an interesting point of view. I would have never thought that, but here you go. There are people out there who think that way. It allows you to teach yourself how to critically think. You know, it's just how. That's just how he goes. That's just how he rolls. So I don't get offended when somebody doesn't like me on TikTok. Or I said that to say somebody just came on and I think I was saying a word and they just like got off. And I'm like, okay. I am not getting offended because somebody doesn't like me. I'm a grown man dog. I'm a grown man dog. You ain't finna hurt my feelings because you don't like me. Hi, Nisha. Really? You only tap the screen 3 times? That's cool. Be that way. No worries. Aw. Why you saying aw? Yeah. People don't hurt my. I don't get offended when people do shit like that. I'm a middle child, so we invent. We were the specimen of rejection. So if you think you're gonna reject me, read between the lines, or you may be dyslexic. All right. So how about now? I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Yeah. I don't get offended. I've been, and I'm honest. I'm not really happy when I'm by myself on here when nobody's watching or any of that stuff, because I like to talk to people, not just like ramble on and on about what I'm rambling about. Excuse me, but I I definitely like to talk to people, but it doesn't prevent me from coming on here and commit to my commitment. Like even yesterday, I was so disappointed I didn't come last night, but I was here like yesterday when I was working out in the day, because yesterday after I left my family dinner, I went to another. Uh, I don't think your family. They're family by marriage, not by blood. And I went to their house and I met somebody I haven't seen in like a few years, and he was going through a difficult time. So I'm like, okay, let me listen to what he got to say. So, and so I'm not going to be here late tonight because I got to go meet up with them again before they leave town and see what they're about. I mean, I just want to like catch up again. So, what am I saying? What am I doing here? What are we talking about? For what are you, like, what are you thankful for about your ex? What are you thankful for? No, it doesn't fit. So let's see. Are you thankful for, for your ex? Yeah, there we go. It fits. There. Come on. I don't want to talk about my ex. Did you not hear what I just said? You're gonna watch then. If you're not thankful for your ex, you're gonna watch. Anyway, um damn, you made me lose my train of thought. Oh, I'm looking at it. Yesterday, I dropped my phone and it cracked. Like like how your phone will crack and it has design cracked. And I'm like, I don't believe I'm walking around with a cracked phone now. Now I gotta go. Either I have to go replace the phone or get a replacement screen. And I was not planning on buying a phone. I tell you that much. And plus, I don't know my TikTok password. That's another problem. Hi, Shauna. How are you? I know you just came and left, but whatever. Uh, Ship from us something. Okay. African King, what's good? Nisha, why don't you want to talk about your ex? You know, this show is primarily about talking about your ex and healing from the bullshit. I don't know if you missed the last day, a couple of days ago when I was on here at night, and I was able to share enough information to get somebody to appreciate the experience they had with their ex. So, I'm not saying you should go back to him or her, no judgment here. However, you spend time with them, and I feel like that experience should have taught you something about people, about experiences, about encounters, about yourself primarily. So, I don't I don't be on criticism or any of that stuff. I'm more of a what lesson did I learn from that? Silva. Silva, are you related to Jose Silva? Are you like a family member, distant cousin? Josie Silva. Are you related to them? The mind control people? Is there not a is there not a what? That's your name? Is there not a what? Is there not a cause? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, bro. I can't say. I cannot say. Anyway, but yeah, that's why I talk about the excess thing, and if you don't address it for yourself, you don't have to talk to them, but you were there when you were dating them, so you should know how the relationship went. First of all, secondly, um, you should be objective, not subjective, when you are doing like a review of for yourself of how that relationship went for whatever reason. Sour. And you have to remember at some point, maybe it's not initially, maybe he or she was persistent, whatever. At some point, you liked something about that person. What is that thing? At some point, you appreciated something about that person. What is it? At some point, they did some type of compassionate, passionate, kind gesture, whether it's for you or for somebody else. They did something that made you like, huh, that person is nice. That person is kind. Hi, John Jackson. How are you? JJ, what's good? You move on. Okay, okay. Let's go with your with your bullshit. Let's say you move on, and then you meet somebody who did something similar to that person. Then what? I'm listening. See, I hold my ears, my ear. I'm listening. Then what? You move on again, and then when it happened again, then what? My bishi, my bishi. I don't know what that means. Superman, what's good with you, brother man? You good? No, but I'm asking that because I feel like the gratitude energy. What's good, man? The gratitude energy transforms. Yeah, you're bullshit. You said you're not great. Yeah, it's called moving on. That's the bullshit I'm talking about. So if you are not grateful for your eggs, why not? I need to know why. Because there's some point you liked that person, man, woman, hermaphrodite, it doesn't matter. At some point you like them. You liked them for or you liked something about them that made you date them, engage in coitus with them. Chilling, man, just here watching baseball. I am not playing basketball. How is it going? It's going. I'm not. I think you're missing my point. It's not about the person, it's about your experience with that person. I don't care about your ex. I think people are missing that big chunk of this, the purpose of this show. It has nothing to do with that person that you dated. This is all about you. I don't care what that person did or didn't do. I don't know them and they don't know me. But I'm asking you, have you learned something in your entire life of dating someone or people that you dated? Superman, you watching basketball? That sucks. I don't. I'm not into sports like that. And I know it surprises people sometimes. I'm not into sports like that. Every time people ask, "What sports you like?" You know, the adult sport. I can't say, but it engage. It's called engaging in coitus. That's my favorite sport. I don't do it all the time now. I'm super picky now too. So, anyway, back to the point. But you got to be grateful for your ex, because if you're not grateful for your ex, first of all, you're not going to get another good man or woman. That's one. Why don't you watch sports? LOL. It's a man thing. I got my own sport. I like watching twerk videos before I go to sleep. That's my sport. Big booty twerk videos. That's what I like to watch. That, and then I'll analyze, the jiggle, the jiggles. If you're jiggling with your hand or you're jiggling with your thighs, uh, that is not it. No, I said what I said. Twerk videos. Uh, anyways, um, I I don't that's actually a waste of time now for me. Like corn is a stupid. I do it from time to time. I'm like, this is stupid. I'm going to sleep. Uh, exactly. It's all over. You could go to YouTube. Like my favorite ones are like what strippers fighting. That's my fighting strippers. That's my favorite. And there's a ton of stripper fighting videos on YouTube that you can find. Hi, Ursula. How are you? Happy Thanksgiving. How was your Thanksgiving? Oh, thank you. You're so kind. You're a gentlewoman and a scholar. I can't really. Oh, you gave me a necklace. That's nice. I know. Happy holidays to you too. How am I doing? I'm talking about what are you grateful for about your ex? Why are you grateful or why are you not grateful? That's what we're talking about today. Because and then we'll find somebody, some unfortunate soul who would come and get interviewed by me, and we'll see what happens. Because I've had some very interesting interviews the last few days. I wasn't here last night because, well, it was Thanksgiving. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, Ursula. Appreciate you. How was your Thanksgiving? What did you do? Did you do too much? Too little? Not enough? Why are you laughing? I ain't even ate real food yet. I'm drinking milk. Um, lucky me. Lucky me. That's not a gratitude. I was with my daughter and mother. Sounds fun. Did you guys eat anything? while you were on a hunger strike. And this phone, I gotta get it fixed tomorrow because I don't like the crack that's on there. That's annoying. Oh, by the way, I'm also on YouTube. If you guys want to like join me on YouTube instead of TikTok, because I heard they're getting banned in January. So if you don't follow me on YouTube now, it was nice to meet you. I'm just saying. Let's see. Now, comments. You can also watch on YouTube this at Robbie's. Boom. We on schedule, baby. All right. I'm grateful that they are my ex and not my true love. Well, what if they're your true love and you mishandled them? Maybe they did something that they were going through a difficulty. And, when people say for better or worse, I know you guys didn't get to that point, but the better or worse, you saw the worst in them before you said for better or worse. So it can only get better. Get it? Unagi. Oh, yeah, from Friends. I'm like, where'd that come from? All right. But yeah, I'm cooking right now and I'm really hungry. And the smell of the food is making me even more hungry. More hungry. Why is that? I have a paper towel or something. Because it looks kind of foggy. Oh, yeah, that's what that was. Hellboy, what's good? So nobody is grateful for their ex, and you wonder why you're not successful in life. I've been saying the wildest things. That's why people don't be coming here because I'll be saying the wildest things sometimes. But I like that. I like that about me. I'm grateful for that. That I get to do that. Hey, Bella. I'm really grateful for that. That I like that about me. Let's get some new strangers in this. Excuse me. Mm, no. Yeah. Mm. Oi, 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 oi. Come on, let's talk about your ex, baby. Let's talk about you and him. Let's talk about him and she. Let's talk about X. Let's talk about X. J Man, go lightly. All right. Unstoppable. Are you going? Is that a popcorn song? No, no. That's not even popcorn. What am I saying? I think that's are you serious? How not Egyptian. Not cranium. Why am I not remembering the person's name? Anyway, is it that reggae song? What's up, Unstoppable? I just followed you. You gotta follow me back. If you don't follow me back in a couple months when I become rich and famous, I'm going to unfollow you. I'm going to your house. I'm going to unfollow you and tell everybody that follow you to unfollow you so they can follow me. So you gotta follow me back. What's up, Haley Mama 66? You should put 666 there. 666. And you have a private page. Haley Mama. That's an interesting thing to do. People don't want to talk to me. I hate that. Somebody's going to come respond to that. Please do. By all means, I am here already. Uh, all right. All these people. These are new. This is a new. Oh, they're suggesting people that you should. You should. Oh man, I'm just inviting all these people. Hopefully, they're decent communicators, so we can communication. Person like, let me see what they talk about. Just read the thing. You'll know what we're talking about. In this case, I'm talking to myself, which I don't like because I'm a middle child. Middle children shouldn't talk to themselves because that's how we get ideas on destructive stuff. So somebody better come talk to me. How about single children come over and talk to me? Because y'all need companionship anyway. You don't know what to do with yourself. You don't even understand what I'm not touching you means. You don't know what I'm not touching you means. Please believe that. Hmm. What's up, Frank Karoma? Frank Karoma. Jen was good. Kim Soo Don. All right. Kim Soo Don. How you doing? Happy Friday. Are you excited? How was your Thanksgiving? Did you give thanks to your ex and your future? If you're not giving, are you? Did you give thanks to your ex stuff for all? All right, tell me why. Tell me why you give thanks for your ex. Hi, Keisha. What's up, Keisha? How you doing, Keisha? Anyway, back to you, Kim Sudon. Of course, I love them all. See, I want to talk to you. Come on, come up here. Come up here and talk to me about that. Because I have some haters earlier who was talking about that they don't coitus with their ex. That's right. Come talk to me about your ex. Hi. Let me ask you this. Are you at least 21? Yes or no? I am. All right. Are you single or are you single? I just got in a relationship. Oh, that's nice. I'm happy for you. So, question for you. Why are you thankful for your ex? Because I had the pleasure of knowing them. I had the pleasure of time to be with them. They invested their time. They didn't have to. I mean, I didn't have to either, but they were a whole human making choices and they chose to spend some time with me, make some memories with me. I'm very grateful. Thank you for saying that. I really appreciate that because I feel like society has successfully conditioned people to just demonize, criminalize, and damn the ex, which I think is weird.
Well, folks would like to say that they had no choice in what went wrong.
Right.
So of course, if you're doing the blame thing and you just want to see the other person's fault, then that's what you don't see.
Right.
If that's what you want to see, that's what you don't get. You know?
Wow. Um, uh, it's very seldom that I hear people talk like that, because a lot of people that come on here, because this show primarily is on like, if you're single out, I ask everybody, but if you're single out, ask people some questions about longevity relationships, questions that I feel like you need to answer before you get into any relationship that you want to be long term. So
Sure.
but we discuss different topics. Like today, I want to see if people are grateful for their ex because of the whole Thanksgiving thing yesterday, and different topics that will come to my head, or if I'm just thinking about something, that type of thing. And a couple of days ago, somebody was like, I'm not grateful for him. I was like, well, why not? Because remember, at some point, you liked that person. At some point, you were kind, compassionate, loving, respectful. At least one day, however long you guys were together, there was some type of love expressed. You want to tell me you cannot say one nice thing about your ex? That's insane.
No, folks could say one nice thing. They could say several nice things about their ex. But who gets popularity and who gets kudos for that? The hoorah and the cheering is usually in the bummy things that you say about your ex, because that's what folks were taught to do. They were taught to not see any beauty in the experience of having somebody even friggin' call their phone.
That's crazy.
They were taught to not even be grateful to have somebody even check to see if they ate.
Right.
Listen, the ungratefulness is just programmed. So it's not on it's not so, what I want to say, it is not so individualized. It is more sheepishness, where all the sheeps are bashing their exes. So let all the sheep bash their exes because it's so cool to do it, which is ridiculous. Because you know what I found? I found with humans that they don't like it done to themselves. And that's what's really wild for me.
Right.
It's really crazy because I hear folks say, oh, I don't like how this one speaks about me and I was good in the relationship. I'm like, that's so wild because you don't say nothing good about them.
Right. You want them to say nice things about you, but you're mean talking about them behind their back. Like what?
Right.
How that makes sense to you? That's crazy. That's literally insanity. But it's very interesting. I've been doing that. Actually, it's funny. I don't even know where I subconsciously gained that perspective. I've been doing that since I was in high school. I always want to know how I was in a relationship when I was younger in high school. And I would, after the dust settles, it's not like the next day or anything. After like a few months, maybe a couple years, and I'll run into them. And I'm like, talk to them. I'm ask them, how was I in a relationship? And then what do you think I could have done better to be, a better version of myself in the relationship? And then stuff like that. Over the years, I got better in dating, talking to people, that type of thing. But then when I started this as my ex show, a lot of people are they're still very apprehensive. Like people don't want to we grow up. Yeah, people are very like apprehensive. They don't want to like address hurt, and they're walking around bleeding on people that have nothing to do with their injury.
Yeah. Feels good to just what is it? what's the crappy saying that humans have? Misery loves company. Yeah.
Oh my
Things
God.
like that they have learned to say. So that's the bandage they put on, treating each other very badly.
Right.
You know what I love? What Karen just said. She said, we learn a lesson in these relationships, and sometimes folks would like to forego the lesson to continue the hurt.
Yeah.
But I
Just
spoke
because it
to my
didn't work,
neighbor
doesn't it?
today. I said, you know what continuing that hurt is all about? It's about manipulation for those that are around you.
Yep.
Because those that are around you now have to suffer with you for no reason.
Yep.
About this hurt and about this hurt and about this hurt, and everybody got to hear about this daggone hurt because you just don't want to deal with yourself.
You don't want to address it. You just want to feel pity. And
Right.
that's one thing I really hate. I don't like people pitying me. Even if I'm in a dire situation. If you can't help me, I just need you to project positive energy towards me. But I don't need your pity. Because that just makes me feel sorry for myself. And that's not what I need.
Right.
I want to come out of this psychologically so I could push myself to go to that next level. I don't need none of that. Oh my God. Look at him. He feeling sorry for myself. Don't do that. If you do that and I know it, we're gonna have a problem. Wish the best for him. Yeah, I think I look. It's funny. The interesting thing is when I say weird things like I love my exes, people think I still want to be with them. There's a dramatic difference between loving them and being with them. If I want to be with them, I'll be with them. I don't want to be with any of them. You know, you can still love someone. You love your parents, but they were not a perfect people. They did what they could with what they knew. You know what I'm saying? So like, there's a lot of disconnect with we say we want success in romantic relationships, but we choose to do the opposite of what is required to be successful in a romantic relationship. That's lunacy. That's like going to your job saying, "Oh yeah, I want to stay here for another 25, 30 years," but then you cuss your boss right then and there.
Right.
What?
Right.
What are you doing? That's the complete opposite of what you're doing. What you say you want.
Folks don't really want to be in relationships. They would like to be in control.
Exactly.
I know we go around saying that we want relationships and stuff. But when you want to be in a relationship and you actually do the work on yourself to be ready and open and available for someone else, like it's whack.
Yep.
To go dating and you're not even mentally clear for the other person. It's so cheesy when folks do that. It's like, why subject someone you see that's happy, winning in their life, with your ton of baggage? That's unfair. Why wouldn't you clean that up? What is that?
I agree with you 100%, and I feel like I think people prefer the pity over the love, which makes no sense because if you experience authentic, well, let me say it like this: if you cultivate authentic love within yourself, all you want is to share it because you want people to feel how great that feels to like share authentic love, which requires forgiveness, kindness, self-control, authenticity, integrity, all these attributes that people be throwing around like it's dart on a dartboard, but they don't want to be questioned or challenged to think, oh wait, this is actually my responsibility. I can't just assume that somebody else is going to do it. So it's that type of thing that made me like, okay, we all are adults now and we should do better. And that's why I started the show. That's why I started.
Congratulations to you on starting a great conversation. Anything like this where you're talking about, hey, here's a better way, not the only way, but just simply here's a better way to communicate, or How about a fresh perspective
Right.
on relationships? Anytime social media gets wind of a better way or a fresh perspective, there's pushback. Because again, you know the herding of the sheep.
Yeah.
You're not looking like the other sheep. You're talking about not anything new. You're speaking about let's just look at it again.
Right.
Let's just reintroduce it even, Let's just say, and it's such a great start. It's so basic.
Mm-hmm.
Let's just love our exes. You're not asking them to go
be with them. Lunch. Right. Yeah. I'm not telling you to go back there. I'm like, just what did you learn from that? That's it.
Simple.
That's how simple it is. But people are like, no, I don't want to talk about that. Okay. So you sit over here and think about what you're thinking about, and then we'll talk about that over here. And then eventually, like, so, I had somebody that I was talking to a couple days ago, and she was like, "Oh, actually, I actually appreciate being with him when I was with him." And I was like, "Huh? Well, tell me about that." And she told me like some of the things that she learned and the experience and stuff. I was like, "See." But initially, when I said it, because it was the day before Thanksgiving, it was the same topic. When I said it, she was like, "No, there's no way. I'm not grateful for him. I don't want to talk about that." But I was like, "Okay, that's fair." But let me tell you what I mean. And then I talk about some of my exes, and they're like, "Oh, okay, I see what you mean." Yes, these are things that we need to learn about as adults, because a lot of people in their 30s, 40s, 50s, dare I say 60s as well, they don't even know how to address some of the problems that they're encountering still.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, it's not like we have any manual to living here.
Right.
We're literally making it. I mean, literally making it up every day.
Oh my God, that's funny. Yes, we are. And and you have to kind of figure out, okay, so that shit didn't work the last time. So I'm not going to do it, but how do I learn not to do it from this previous person and not think and not let them think, oh, I want to be back with you. You know what I'm saying? Because even and it doesn't have to. You don't have to wait till you broke up before you actually do that. When I'm dating people, the first every month I would do like a what you will call a maintenance check, right? Maintenance check is this: at the end of every month, if even if we start dating in the middle of the month, every 30 days I'll do this. Like, hey, do you still like hanging out with me? First, sometimes it comes off from left field. It sounds like, wait, what? Are you about to break up with me? No, no. Do you still like hanging out with me? Like, what do you like? What do you still? Because now that you know me, I need to know if you still like me, or am I the kind of person that you want to continue dating? Because I'm going to tell you as well, because I want you to ask me the same thing. It's just like doing consistent iteration as you go along. Because then eventually, if you're doing something that the person doesn't like, or that the person likes, and they stop doing it, then you don't even know that. Okay, well, you stop doing this. Then now my attention is going to be craving that thing that you did that I like, or you're doing something that I don't like, but then I never tell you, and then I blow up one day. And these are things that we should do as adults, and that I think those are things that we should have learned growing up. But some of our parents didn't know any better. So one of the things that's for me, I think I keep an open mind and allow myself to appreciate the best my parents did with what they knew, and then we are where we are now, figuring it out as we go along.
The guy I'm seeing. Oh, sorry. What is the lady doing?
Hello.
The guy I'm seeing right now, we are doing a daily calibration. Just to check in.
Okay.
At the end of the day. Hey, how you feel? Because it's so new. We just came up with we should do some check-ins. Again, what is the big deal to put something new in place? It's not a big deal. We're just trying, right? We have no formula to this, right? So we're just gonna make up shit as we go along.
You make it as you go along. Like, okay,
Right, yeah.
whatever is working, you keep that. Whatever is not working, you're like, well, fuck this. We're not doing this. And, and then that's how you get better. That's what I think. How did you find me? I mean, I guess we're following each other. Not Levy.
If I follow you, can you follow me back?
I'm sorry, how old are you?
I'm 18.
Yeah, you can't be here. You gotta be 21. Sorry.
I'm 50.
No, you can't be here. You gotta be 21. See that right there? I don't want any problems with TikTok. Uh he sounds very young to me, but I think it's the same person. I think they like to come to my live. It's the same person. It sounds like they came here not too long ago. Anyway, he was what? He was what, like 7? No, you're not. You still can't be here. You got to be 21. I can't play that game. I'm 20. Yeah, right. I'm Obama's love child. How about that? If we're going to lie to each other.
Yeah, hello?
Hello, Maverick.
Yeah, I'm 21.
Are you?
I can show you my ID.
All right, great. Let me see.
Hey, let me turn on my camera. How do I do that?
Do you have enough followers to turn on your camera?
I'm haunting you.
What?
Sorry. But I can show you my ID.
You don't have enough following to come on camera. But what year were you born?
1990.
Exactly.
It's me from last time.
Exactly. Y'all playing games, man. Stop it. If you're gonna lie, you gotta calculate it and write it down before you forget, because I'm going to ask you questions. It's not, look, it's not me. I can't have these conversations around people who are not 21. TikTok is going to ban me from going on live, bro. That's all there is. Anyway, Kim Sue, you probably busy now, but you were saying something about the checkup that you do with your new boo.
Oh yeah, we do a daily check-in just at the end of the day, just to see if we still like each other.
Right. I mean, like I said, I don't do it every day, but the reason, not the reason, I've never been one to like do that everyday check-in. I call you or text every day, but like not the check-in. But the every month I want to know, like, hey, is the spark still there? Is the flame growing? That type of thing. Are we still fueling each other? That type of thing, So it's one of those things where I'm we I have learned, like, okay, communication is better. Okay, how does this person that I'm talking to receive communication? Not how I used to communicate with all these people that I used to date. How does this person that I'm currently talking to receive communication? Now I have to understand, okay, well, maybe she likes somebody to call them on the phone. Some people don't like that. Some people like text messages. Some people like voice messages. Like you leave them a voicemail, like you send it to them. That's different. So you have to understand how that person receives communication, so you guys can communicate better, and then you improve how you interact with each other on a daily basis. Because eventually, when you start sharing airspace, meaning you guys live together, you have to redo all that, because now you're literally sharing airspace. You have to understand how that works as well. I've never done that, so I can't talk about that right now. But what I'm talking about is these things are iteration as you go along in your interaction with people that you're dating. But I feel like people assume that, oh, because you've lived such and such years, then you should know. What? That sounds like insanity. Okay, so if somebody has lived, let's say 45 years, then they become a president, should they know how to run a country without having that experience with that country? I mean, with running that country, even though they live there, because it's a different dynamic. Even if you've done it before, like if you become a, I think it was Great Davis that was a governor years ago, and then he became a governor years later again. It's a different dynamic. So you can't just assume, excuse me, you can't just assume that things are going to work the way you envision it. Yes, some things might work, some things might not, but it's one of those things. Anyways, who else wants to come chit chat with us? We're here because uh, Kim Soo, are you interested in me asking you these questions or no?
Sure, I'm here. Ask the questions.
All right. Okay. I get really excited when people say yes. I don't know if you can tell with my face.
Yeah, you look excited.
All right. So all these questions are about. Actually, you know what? Give me a second. I gotta go turn off my stove because I'm making some stew. Give me a second.
You're cooking.
Yes, I
Not
am.
bad. That's multitasking. Good job.
Oh, all right. Ah, all right. You still here? Hello?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right. Okay. So these questions are about you and not the person that you are dating or the person that you want. All right.
Cool.
So, what are you looking for in a relationship?
I'm looking for a reflection of myself where I am right now.
Interesting. Uh, what is your vision in life for your life?
I only have one vision: to stay happy, healthy, wealthy.
Cool. Okay. Is that okay?
Yeah, that's it. I don't have anything beyond that.
Okay. Um, when you're in a conflict, are you? How do you? How do you approach a conflict? Are you solution driven or problem focused?
Solutions. Always in the solutions, because there's always a solution.
Right. Um, what is your mission in life?
To remain free.
Oh wow. You, have you answered these questions before?
No, I never even heard anything like this.
Okay. All right. Okay. If you win the lottery today, what would you take the annuity or the lump sum?
I'll take the lump sum.
Okay. Would you spend the money, invest it, or give it all away?
I would bounce. I'll be out of this country so fast.
Where you from?
Trinidad.
Okay, Trini. Okay. um. Oh, this is the question. Do you love yourself?
Oh, I absolutely love me some Kim Soo. Yes, I do.
Okay. How do you express self love?
I sleep a lot. I take care of my temple. I have no stresses. I walk a lot. And I do everything that I want to do. And I give myself whatever myself says it wants. I don't say no to myself ever.
Okay. If you caused a major part of a conflict in your relationship, what is your strategy to resolve it?
If I caused it,
Yes.
yeah, I'd probably be naked. Yeah,
You probably be what?
be naked.
You'll be naked.
Yep, that usually solves most of the conflicts.
Um, that's it.
That's about all I'm gonna do.
Okay. What does emotional intelligence mean to you?
It means self-awareness,
So,
aware of yourself, aware of my input, aware of my causing. Yeah, just self-aware. Check out my impact. Like that.
okay. Interesting. Uh, Now, what is the last book you read? Non-religious. How did it impact your life, and will you share it with your partner?
Religious. Don't
Non
know anything
non
religious.
non-religious.
Oh,
Non-religious.
non-religious.
Yeah.
The last book I read. Hold on, it's on my desk still. Hold on 1 second. Oh, what's this? Rich and Righteous by Julian. It's a Bible on how to buy multi units instead of single family and how to get it through your LLC. So, you're set up to win from the beginning.
Rich and what?
Rich and Righteous.
And it's by who?
Julian. Guy's last name. I know him personally, so I always remember his name. Hold on, I'll tell you, Julian or Ordon. Odon. Cordon. Or Gordon?
Arden.
What's that? Yeah, Gordon. Sorry, reading upside down. Gordon.
Is it Gordon?
Yeah, Julian Gordon.
Okay.
Rich and Righteous.
Okay.
Amazing book. And what I love about it is he breaks it down to keep it simple, stupid. I like that. I like when it's
the KISS method.
Easy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you say the book is about getting multi-unit properties.
Yes.
Without an LLC.
With an LLC.
Oh, okay. That's all I'm like. Without one. Okay. All right. I'm gonna look into that one. Actually, let me screenshot this shit. And would you? Let's see. How did it impact your life? The book.
Well, it set me up to know how I would like to move with real estate and where I would like to proceed, with my investments. Because at first, most people around me were saying, get yourself a house, get yourself a house. But after you read Julian's book, it's not even wise to buy a one family or a 2-family house. It just isn't even a smart move from any angle. But because, again, we heard from people who only knew one way. We never even thought of another way.
You don't even question it. You just like, oh yeah, someone said good idea or whatever. Right.
Yeah. So now here goes another way.
Yeah.
And it makes so much sense.
Let's finish this. I want to get back to that. What are you, religious or spiritual?
Religious or spiritual?
Yes.
I would say only for right now, because those are the only two choices. I would go with spiritual, but usually I go with no labels. In that my knowledge of God and creation is not as basic as most people.
Mm-hmm.
So, but for right now, it would be spiritual because I honor the spirit realm from where we came. So, yes, I would go with spiritual.
Okay. What does purpose mean to you?
Purpose means another mental cage.
Explain that. Explain that.
I have seen humans jump on a hamster wheel looking for purpose. I've seen humans tell each other what their purpose is supposed to be. I've seen so many variations that purpose has now become a thing sought after as opposed to something developed on the journey. It's such a shame though, because you can certainly be in your purpose already, living your life the way it is, but you can miss it if you're chasing for the purpose. You can bypass purpose running after purpose. So I think it's another mental cage. It's another way of mental slavery, for me.
Emancipate yourself from mental slavery.
Yes.
None work by ourselves can free our mind.
And that's even more interesting because he said none but ourselves can free ourselves. So this is the thing about purpose. The only folks that keep telling you you need to know your purpose and find your purpose and discover your purpose, they're all outside of us. Nothing inside of us is even talking about our purpose. I'm sorry. I'm very late.
Why are you apologizing?
I apologize. Because,
what are you apologizing for? I don't apologize for shit on here. That's why I put 21 and over, so I don't have to offend the powers that be.
Right. Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
I was just like, listen.
Don't apologize for damn thing. Like, look, even if I don't agree with you, it doesn't really matter. That's where I'm at here. Like, I want, like what you just said, like the purpose thing. I always thought that, but I never really put too much energy to what you just said. But the way you said it makes a lot of sense to me when I was a child. That's what's interesting. So, but a lot of people feel like they need to answer the question because it was asked. You know what I'm saying? I don't know if that makes sense.
Absolutely, that makes sense. That's exactly how we got here.
Right. People think that
you just explained how we got here initially.
Right.
The whole purpose. Somebody went ahead and asked us the crazy question.
And then we feel like we need to answer it. Like, yes. No, you don't. You don't have to say shit.
No, you don't. And you know what's really, really bombastic about it is that they're asking us our purpose at 7. What? Why will I know what I want to be when I grow up? I have no clue. I'm making it up today.
And it's crazy. I think the psychology. Okay, this is what I've observed. I may be wrong, but this is my observation so far. I think melanated psychology is different from non-melanated psychology, and that has not been addressed by us. We just go with whatever I guess we were taught or whatever. And then if you challenge whatever you were taught, because that's the kick I'm on now. Challenge whatever you were taught, because I feel like they're not systematic. Yeah, I don't want to call it chronology. There's ways to challenge stuff that's creating limiting beliefs in your mind. First, once a kid start determining or questioning what to eat after school or what to take to lunch, or all you the parents have is suggestion. Then in the process you teach your kid rights and responsibilities. And then teenage years, you let them know that you don't know everything, but you're figuring it out. You are making iteration as you go along. Then when you get to early adulthood, 19, 20, 21, early 20s, you should start questioning all those things that you were taught growing up and how they apply to you. And then late 20s, early 30s, then you start challenging those things, because by 40s you have to create your own version, your own what's that word? Your own system, your own playbook, if you will. So like, and I don't know what's going to happen 50s and 60s, because I don't know anybody that's been having this conversation. But these are the things that I've learned so far. So I feel like everybody's entitled to questioning, challenging, and reinventing themselves. What do you think about that? I want to.
The whole purpose for us even coming here.
What do you
We
mean?
only came for that.
Come in here where? Manifestation or
The only reason
America?
we came to Earth is to do exactly that. Is to discover how much fun we can have on a playground. Here's what I have been saying for years, because I threw everything I heard into the trash in order to really hear and really listen. So I had to dump everything I thought I knew in the garbage so I can hear what I need to know. So the thing about coming here is we were programmed that it's supposed to be Struggleville, Unhappinessville, wait for God to come show up, save youville, another Messiah gonna come somedayville. If you go up on the mountains and meditateville, like, no, that can't be it. And of course, all of it is here for us to play with. Just like, when you were born, your parents accumulate all these daggone toys and bring it into the house. Kids don't want all them toys. No, they don't. They want the box. They always wanted the daggone box. They don't care about none of the toys. But what the parents do is recycle the information, right? My parents got me toys, filled up the house with stuff I never played with. I'm going to do it for my kids.
Right.
We do it all the way as adults. Or you can look at adults right now having 7-year-old experiences. They want toys. I need all the brand new gadgets. I'm not going to play with any of them. But I really need all of this tech filling up my house. I just need it.
Well, it's ego. It's ego driven, and it's status enforcing. Meaning, okay, if I have $300 billion, what I could give literally every person in the world 1 billion and still got change.
They would hate you for giving them that money.
Who would hate me?
Money too. They would despise you. They would curse you to hell. They would curse the day you were born.
Who?
It is the human way to not bless the giver.
What do you mean?
It's just
explain that to me. I'm low key. Who would curse?
I want to use a simple man. I want to use Yeshua HaMashiach, known as Jesus Christ, right? I just want to use his example. He never asked anybody if they needed help. I read 4 versions of the Bible. Yeshua HaMashiach never asked anybody if they needed help, and I found that very interesting. Okay, he didn't come to help nobody. He didn't even come to save them. He did come to show them something, though. And this is why they was like, we're going to burn you at the stake. Here's why. Because you over here telling people to free their mind and liberate themselves and use their God power. Nope, we ain't having none of that. Burn him at the stake. Burn him at the stake. And this is why, if you got wealthy and you were using your God power to bless people, they would burn you at the stake. It is the program, and it's not a new program. It is the program. It is that way because you are not the source for them. They have a source they can go to. The same way you went to your source to get your 300 million, billion, whatever number. Mm-hmm. It's the same mouth they could use and go to source and get the same number. There's nothing restricting them. Nothing.
Good point. However, what if your initial programming didn't allow you to see that that's possible for you?
That's part of your journey as well. And no one can shift you. Even if your mom tried to save you, you will meet it somewhere else in the journey because it's written on your journey. It's for you to walk that path. It's for you to go through that door and know you can go through that door.
Okay. Interesting. That's interesting. I think that some of those are interesting perspective.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Also, I'd like to add that we are so created in a masterful way that it doesn't matter really how we play the game. It doesn't matter how we play this game of life. It doesn't even matter how many years it takes for us to discover ourselves. These are the inevitables for us. Being here, you can see that you can look at your life at every age and see where it was inevitable, where you had to go back and have the same experience that you tried not to have. You can track your own life, even without me saying. You can see for yourself on your journey how it has been. Certain things are just inevitable. It just is.
It's I agree with the inevitability. The challenge that I have, me personally, is the limitation of time. And we all need to save ourselves accountability for our decision, positive, not either. Yeah. The limitation of time, because recently I was thinking, what if there is no time, like meaning clock time, not sunrise sunset, but like clock time? What if you don't, you just stop calculating how long, the year you were born, and the hours of the day, you just stop counting all that? Would time limit you from doing what you want to do?
No, then you have it all.
Exactly.
You literally would have stepped into your best life.
Right. And that's where the psychological limitation it exists. And because of the limitation of time, there's this um, egoic urgency, like, oh, he got that at age 20, so I should get that at age 15. Instead of, like, nigga, walk your own walk. Ain't nobody trying to,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, but we were conditioned into believing that, oh, if I get it early, I must have it all figured out. When
Correct.
You could have had a better experience, the cynic route, as I call it sometimes, and you have a better experience going through those peaks and valleys that you went through when you were trying to figure out what this experience is for you in this manifestation.
That's so true. That's what we learned with Alice in Wonderland. She had such a good time, even though she was pressed to get home. Pressed. She was so pressed.
Right.
But the whole time she's having a real good time, discovering new things, meeting new people, having a little chat here, having some food there. Isn't that the life? That's the life.
But we don't know that. A
Right.
lot of us
But how
don't
we
know
gonna
that.
know if each time we get a little goodness, we get a little happiness and joy, we
Hmm.
start looking for the downfall? Oh, nothing good lasts forever. Oh,
Some
you know, one thing go up, something must come down. Wow.
it's really that's why I talked about the psychological limitation of time, because the Alice in Wonderland, I don't remember this story, um but one of the things that I, because I sit here, I think about a lot of things that I feel like create limiting beliefs in my own life, and I challenge them, but sometimes I get no response. And then in an opportune time, meaning I'm just doing some random shit, and then stuff will come to my mind, like if I'm taking a shower or I'm cooking, and like, why can't just come when I'm sitting down with a pen and paper? Why is this thing coming at a random time? Maybe I'm driving. That's insane. But it does come, and then sometimes I remember it. Sometimes I'm doing something random, and then it comes back. Anyway, bottom line, the limitations that have been put in place psychologically are preventing every human on Earth, all 8 billion of us, from being the geniuses that we all are.
That's a wide scope. I wouldn't make it. I wouldn't cast that net so wide. Because there is a vast percentage of people that are using more. They are not the ones that would like to be highlighted for using more of their brain matter. The reason why, again, when you know, you're not so eager to run out and share, because then you understand the responsibility of telling someone that's not ready something that they're not ready for. You feel me? So in the event, look, let's say we're having this conversation, quite a powerful conversation, and I thank you so much for it, because, you know, in these hours, this is a great time to have something like this, because what we're talking about is a dope ass foundation for a relationship. If you know yourself intimately, like what we're speaking about, you have just given somebody the gift of a dope partner. Like, oh my goodness.
Longevity, keep that in mind. Longevity partner.
Yes.
Right.
Oh, thank you so much. Thank you, Ricky. I appreciate you. Right. And if we were to really, like, say, hey, I don't know what I saw on my journey, and I didn't learn all of my lessons, but I'm still here. That matters for something. It gives me an opportunity to see myself more. Most folks tell me that they would not like to see themselves. It's easier to go along with. It's just easier, they say to me. So
Wait.
it's
Say
just
that
easier
again.
just to go along. Most people say to me, it's too hard to know more about themselves. It is easier to go along with everybody else. It's easier.
Wow.
This is how we get caught up. This is how we get stuck, because it's not easier. It is not simpler to just go along with everybody. We hurt so much when we don't check in on ourselves. Even you were speaking about checking in on the relationship. That starts with the question you asked me: do you love yourself?
Right.
That's how that starts, actually. Because if I wasn't checking in and calibrating with Kim Sue,
Mm-hmm.
there's no way I would even check in and calibrate on a relationship.
Right.
How did you know? Didn't you have to check in with yourself before you even, right?
Before I even cross your mind, like, oh, maybe this person that I claim that I like might want me to check in on them, you know. And it's it's funny you say that stuff. Um, Sometimes when you are that into the relationship, for it to be the value and quality that you desire, people run away. People actually run away. I was interviewing somebody a few days ago, and she said, when I asked the question, what is it? if you created the major part of a conflict in your relationship, what is your strategy to resolving it? She said to me, she runs. She runs away.
I'm so glad she said that. And I'm so happy she was authentic with you. And God bless her for knowing that about herself, because nobody deserves that. Nobody deserves that.
But
And
keeping
I'm happy she's doing that.
Mhm.
Really. The people she's ran away from, she saved them. She really, really did. They didn't deserve 10, 15 years of that. No way.
Well, here's the interesting thing. She's married.
Oh,
She's been
wow.
married for 3 years.
Oh,
Yes.
wow.
Yes. Yes.
See? And
Yes.
this is what we're talking about.
Yeah.
Like cleaning up yourself before you get with somebody. You see that?
I'm telling you. I'm telling you. Like
Wow.
right now, there's not a lot of people who come to listen to this, but I'm telling you, I challenge because I this was supposed to have been done like a few years ago, but I was procrastinating. So I was like, look, there's not going to be a perfect time, so I'm doing going to start today. This was like a month and a half ago, I think it was, and I started doing this. I think 2 weeks after that, there was a lady who came. One of my highlights. She was like, "Thank you for hosting this show because my husband came to me yesterday and apologized for what he did." And he wasn't even really on the show. I think he was watching from the FYP because if people are watching from there, you can't really see them. It's very
Right.
interesting. Like that's why I hate when people are doing the gender war, the negativity on melanated community. That actually annoys me. So yeah, yeah, we have to like create what we want to see and share it. That's where I'm at.
Yeah. Yeah. And also, we can really, really share our dope experiences. A lot of the panels are geared towards our traumas and our hurts. We
Yep.
can literally speak about the joys of the relationships. We can literally only speak about, yes, I did this, but it was really good this time. It was really good that time. So that way the list isn't only comprised of falling down. The list at some point has to be comprised of our wins.
Yep.
Otherwise, all our memories is programmed to us falling down. We gotta make these I won lists. I won the time he brought me dinner. I won the time he ran the bath. I won the time he came and sent me flowers for no reason at work. Like we have to start making these lists. These things are important.
I'm laughing because it's funny. I dated somebody a few years ago. She said she was married at some point and she had a long term boyfriend. Anyway, apparently, I don't know if she was lying, but this is what she told me. No one has ever bought her favorite flower. And I was like, wait, what? I was like, wasn't you married for like a few years? Like, she's like, yeah, but he never bought me my favorite flower. I was like, why? Oh, well, I don't remember honestly the excuse that the reason she gave, but I think no one ever asked her what her favorite flower was. How? You are literally
so possible.
what?
That's so possible. Yes, I have met. Well, some of my male friends was like that. Of course, being the female I am, I talk to them about being that way. But there is like a subtle agreement. It is an agreement that is kind of subtle in place, and it says out of sight, out of mind.
Explain
And
that.
it's a crappy agreement in that when I'm not with you, I'm not thinking about you.
That sounds like an insane thing to think about. So, in other words, you're not important to me. So, why the hell are we in this thing
Yes,
together?
I have placed no value on you. Yes, absolutely. So that means I won't even ask you what your favorite color is, what your favorite food is, where's your favorite place to go, what's your favorite flower. These things will be missing in our communication.
You have to, okay. That's that assumption, like, oh, she must like roses because she says she likes flowers.
Yes, there you go. There you go.
You
There you
sound
go.
like a
There you go.
crazy person. No, if just because they say they like flowers does not mean roses or
Mm-hmm.
lilies or
Mm-hmm.
whatever the most common bullshit flower is. I'm not knocking them. If that's what you like, you that's what you like. But if they like the person I'm talking about, she liked tulips. Tulips is seasonal, and sometimes out of season you cannot find it. So I was like, okay, I would randomly not there was a specific day, I don't remember what day, if it was a Tuesday or Wednesday, that I would get her tulips every week. The first few times she didn't know it was me. But then
Uh-oh.
yeah, she didn't know it was me. So I and then there was another guy that used to give her roses, but he claims that he likes her. And I was like, wait, what? If this nigga likes you, why don't doesn't he know your favorite flower? That was when we
But
were
he.
when we initially started chit chatting. So when we like got to dating seriously, and that's when she told me this, and I was like, I don't care. Like, I don't care who you're dating. When you're dating me, that's a different situation. You feel me? So, because
Yeah.
I don't care who the person is. They could be like a trillionaire for real. When I show up, I show up. And people don't like that. A lot of people think that's arrogance. You call it what you want. I call me me. You feel me?
Can I share something right there too?
Go ahead.
And not just make it about one sided like that. Women should be in the habit of saying what they like. And it will get them to make a list of what they like. And then they'll toss the list of, I don't like this, I don't like that, I don't like this, you know what I don't like, you know what I don't like, I don't like, I don't like. If they made a list of, I like peonies, I like pasta, I like hiking. I like, if they made that list, it would make it so good for men too. It would make it so good. If during a conversation, the first meetup and dinner, you know what I like? You know what I like? Oh, that's so refreshing. So refreshing.
It's funny you say that. A lot of these other things, platforms, it's what they don't want is what a lot of people talk about. And that's the thing
Yeah.
that bothers me. Okay, let me go to this question. Somebody was asking, oh, wow, why didn't it last? Well, kissing point. What Kimsu was saying, I did what I thought would make me feel happy in a relationship by treating her with all the kindness, the love, the respect, all that stuff. But you know what? She didn't. We were hanging out for almost a year. Not one time did she ever specifically made any food for me. Not once. And every time we would be together and we were like in a group setting, she would brag about how, oh yeah, he treated me so nice, blah blah blah, all this stuff, right? Not once did anyone ever ask, how are you treating him for him to feel valued in the relationship? Not one time. So we are being conditioned to take men, unfortunately, have been conditioned to take less than, but then women are expected to expect greater than. So I'm like, I'm not doing this because, but that's not how why we woke up.
I
She
wouldn't say it's an expectation of men. I would say
no, it's a conditioning.
men are
It's a
men
conditioning.
are
Mm.
allowing, similar to women are allowing. You know, people are allowing because this happened with that relationship, so I'm going to be easier or do different. Or if we could just be 100% ourselves, those that want to be around us will be. And those that do not, they will go on about their business. But because we change characters for each person we meet, nobody knows the authentic person because people keep changing it up for each person. They don't want to be their authentic selves.
Well, that's where consistency comes in. So I get what you're saying. I have a long list of what I like for myself. That's funny. I appreciate it. That's why she didn't get the flowers she liked. What do you mean? I'm joking because I didn't. I don't know either of you. No, it's the woman. I'm not responding to that, Nisha. It's not the women that I like. It's where's the circumstance. Anyway, but yeah, that's what happened. Because she didn't cook you food you like. Look, because I'm African, I'm not demanding somebody cooks African food, but if you take the time, because I remember a few years ago, I used to have a girlfriend who did cook for me specifically. I was in the military at the time, and we would work. You know, in the military, like you do rigorous activities. So I would work from like 5:30 to like till we have like downtown if we're not out in the field training, and then I would drive 2 hours to go visit her. She would cook. By the time I get there, food would be ready. So when in it's not anything fancy. She was in college at the time. I was uh, a young enlisted person, and it was it was just the little things that you appreciate the 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 gesture, the expression of okay, I know you've gone through a lot today. I made this food for you. You know, it's just those
Cooking
little
is such
things.
an intimate expression for me.
Yeah.
Cooking is so intimate that I cannot cook unless you are my husband because it's such an intimate thing. I don't cook for boyfriends or people I'm dating. We could go out and eat and have a good time, but definitely cooking is so intimate. It's up there with the other thing. You know,
We call it coitus over here.
There you go, coitus, coitus, coitus.
We call it coitus over here. Yes.
Cooking and coitus, yeah, definitely. So, yeah, I'm definitely not cooking for guys that I'm dating because when I cook, I, 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 I would like the proposal to be because you are into me and not because I could throw down in the kitchen. Because I could throw down in the kitchen. You know what I'm saying? I would like it to be because you are really feeling me, and food is not a factor. It's not the thing. It's not one of the reasons. It has to be. I am with you for no reason. It has to be that way. It cannot be because I cook. Cannot be because I clean. Can't be because my coitus is good. No, it has to be for no reason. I check for you. I like you. I like your flow. That's it. It can't be. No, no, no.
I partially agree with you. Not because I disagree with you at all, but I partially agree because for me, people tell me a lot, but whatever you do is what I believe. So you could say, "Oh, you like me, you like being around me, blah blah blah, all this stuff that you're yapping about." Fine, okay, great. But if I don't see actions, meaning I'd like somebody to cook for me. Now, even if you suck at cooking, I'd like for you to do it. And then guess what? We can learn how to do it better. Figure it out. So like if somebody says, "Oh, because the person I said that I was in a relationship with when I was on active duty, like we were not husband and wife, but we were boyfriend and girlfriend. And it was I would call it a serious relationship, but other things happened that it didn't work out. The mom didn't really care for me at
And
the
look at that. She invested cooking, which I think is so intimate. She invested cooking into you.
Yes,
She
and I
invested
invested a lot of
into
my
you.
time with her. I invested.
I'm not saying no, but dang,
Eh,
cooking takes prep time. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, and that's how men know that you care. So whether it's not a matter of I'm not saying it's not intimate. Actually, I think that's one of the most intimate next to, coitus. But I feel like a lot of people don't address how important it is to express that. And because I care for, I still know her today. She doesn't live far from me, and we still have that bond, like because the appreciation, the gratitude, all that stuff. You know what I'm saying? Um, One of the things is not. Oh shoot, what was I going to say about that? Anyway, bottom line is for me, you can't just tell me that you are good at something or you are going to do something after we're married. I'm not waiting for that. First of all, I'm not interested in being married. Secondly,
I can appreciate that.
yeah.
I really can. And if that's something you see,
Mm-hmm.
you see that what you just did right there?
Uh-huh.
That's missing too.
What?
I like X, Y, and Z, and that's what I like. And
Yeah.
you should have that. You are into females that will cook for you. It is a form, it is a language for you. You cook for me, it's a language, right?
Right.
There should be nothing wrong in you saying so. And it shouldn't be judged in any kind of way because why can't you just have the female that likes cooking for men? Like,
I mean, not just cooking for men, cooking for me. Because like that person I'm telling you about that didn't cook for me for a year, she actually would cook for her son almost 2-3 times a week. So it's not that she doesn't do it. She just chooses not to do it for me.
got that.
So again, I am not one to like have you figure out what my love language is. I will tell you, so you don't have to figure out anything.
Yes, I like that. Yeah.
So there's no tippy toe around stuff. Oh yeah, would he like this? Would he not? No, no. I will just tell you, so you don't have to go like doing the psychic thing that people assume that people should be doing.
Yeah, telepathy. That's whack.
Yeah, like
Are
who?
you a Scorpio?
There you go. I knew you were going to ask. Actually, I was going to ask you when your birthday is.
I'm 10/11.
Oh, you just had a birthday. Mine is coming up in a month, a little over a month, January 10th.
January to oh, you're a Cap. Why is it? Dang, Capricorn. Okay, okay. That's where all that rationale comes from. Yeah, I can appreciate that with my Capricorn folks because y'all are straight no chaser. Y'all not trying to muddy the water. It's always nice and clear over there. You know, I can appreciate that.
Yep.
Libra gang, whoop, whoop. Us Libra people, we need it to be fair and straight down the middle, baby. Like, we don't need no wishy-washy business. We don't want people trying to renege on what you said because we're going to remember.
That's exactly what I just said. What are you talking about? This is like common sense for humans. I mean, I'm not understanding. I'm not understanding. Like, because it's funny. Like, I think we should talk. Maybe I should talk about that. Let me make a list. You said, what's that thing that you said? What I like. What I like is that what I like list?
Yeah, the list of what you like. Yeah, all of the folks that do a program with me, the first thing to get into my programs, I have to see your I love list, your I have list, and what I really like list. Those three, you can't get in none of my programs without those three lists because folks is quick to give me I don't like list. I don't have
Right.
list, I don't care.
Who cares about your
Nobody.
your don't like? You don't even care about your don't likes. Why are you telling people? Who the fuck? Who cares? That's crazy. No one cares, including you. But then that's the only thing you want to talk about. If that's not insanity, I don't know what.
Oh, that's insane.
That's crazy. I don't. Okay, I want what I like list. I like that. I like that. I really like that.
Yeah, get that popping. And I want to tell you something, but please let me make sure and send you a message because I would love your report on that. Miraculous things happen with that list. It's amazing to see what happens when you go in there. Yeah. So, shoot me some testimonies.
It's interesting, like because again, it challenges people to be introspective. Because who are you calling a baby? They'll make me reach through this phone and choke you. Who you calling a baby? Anyway, uh, it's very interesting. Like when you challenge people to talk about what they want, because I feel like people when they don't like you, they want you to go on a psychological scavenger hunt. And when you miss it, they're like, "Oh, you didn't do it what I asked." Instead of just telling them like, "Nigga, I don't like you." Yeah, and not in a mean spirited way, but like if you're not attracted to me, I much rather you tell me you don't like me than be playing these stupid games that people be playing.
Straight talk.
Yeah,
Straight talk. I tell you, I love it. Now, can I tell you, I dated a Capricorn. We were so straight to each other that his friends were scared. Like, are y'all gonna fight?
We're not gonna fight, but
listen, we was just at it. It's so nice. It was so refreshing. I was like, dang. but Capricorn men are so opinionated, and I'm a Libra female. I need more flexibility than that.
In what way? What do you mean?
I need more. Tell me more. Because Capricorns know what it is, what they like, what they would like it to look like, how it should come into play, and then they are really really set for that end result. Libras, we're gonna make a couple of detours on the way there. Things might have to fall apart just for us to be like, yep, that seems normal. And I know Capricorns are not with it at all. They are counting on that excellent end result because they put their 120,000% into this end result.
I feel like you're judging Capricorns.
I'm sorry. Wait, whoa. Not judging. Whoa, observing. Yeah.
I feel like you can call it whatever you want. It sounds like you're judging Capricorn for their exceptional excellence, and you you're judging Capricorn for their exceptional excellence, and I don't appreciate this in my space. I'm just saying. I'm just letting you know. Anyway, um, speaking of excellence in Capricorn people, um, we I don't identify as that, but that's the category I'm put in. Um, I like the fact that I like to be direct. Okay, for example, if I was not pursuing like some ambitious goal, I had like a 9 to 5 job type thing consistently, I think I would tolerate the nonsense of like trying to figure out, oh yeah, she wants me to do some psychological gymnastics or whatever. Maybe I would tolerate that. But when you are trying to figure out some entrepreneurial venture, you don't have time for all this bullshit that bullshit games that people play. Oh yeah, you have to figure me out. Especially when you beginning to realize, okay, they don't really like me. They just like something about how I treat them or whatever variation of that. So I think it depends. It's a contextual topic. It depends on the person, what the person is doing, and their level of ambition that allows them to. All right, I have a regular job as opposed to I'm an entrepreneur. So when you're dealing with somebody who's entrepreneurial, you cannot play those games. They will drop you, like they will just ghost you because like.
But how can you be so broad scoped, my brother?
What do you mean?
Entrepreneurs are the masters of how can I want to use a word. There's a word for it. The only thing coming to me
Flexibility?
right now is multitasking, but multitasking isn't correct
You t-
in that
you-
place.
are you
there,
talking
but
about flexibility?
yeah, they're flexible. They are the examples of, because entrepreneurs have no safety net. There's no guarantees. You're literally
For
creating
their
ways.
vision. For their vision. Not somebody, not for something that's supposed to be stable. The person that you're interacting with has to be stable. This thing over here
Yeah, okay,
is unknown. The unknown, you can't have unknowns everywhere. That's chaos. You
So
have
how can you know what your partner you? Well, that's weird.
it is, but that's why some of us choose the venture over this other thing, because at least I know this is unpredictable. This right here, you said one thing. I'm counting on that thing that you said consistently. And then I'm over here trying to figure out, okay, what because you have three options or maybe six options, and you were trying to figure out which one will work best for that for the greatest outcome. And you're giving me the same problem over here. Why? When you could make a decision and I could just, okay, oh, okay, yeah, that works for the vision that we have. Again, that's why I asked, what's your vision in life for your life? Oh, okay, my bad. I don't know what happened. I think you got off. Anyway, but yeah, it's just one of those things. You got a call?
Yes. Oh, and I didn't want it to echo. I apologize.
No, you good. It's just one of those. It's just those things. You have to have stability to ground you, because this flexibility over here creates psychological chaos, but you need a balance. That's where the balance comes in. That's why somebody that's pursuing entertainment like me, um I don't need anybody who's wishy-washy in my personal life. I need somebody who's like people who are like stable, so like things work out, because this entertainment here, you know, it throws tantrums sometimes, you know. Yeah. Yeah. All right. So I think I'm gonna get off. Go ahead.
I just want to make one last note that it's all part of relationship building. And basically, what I surmise from what you're saying is that the best relationship is with self first.
Oh yeah.
Get into self. Like
Absolutely.
all of the things I heard you say that you did for yourself, that you realized for yourself, what you learned about yourself. This is just a worthwhile conversation just to keep that going.
Right.
How about we observe some good things about ourselves? I think that will help us observe some good things about other people.
Others, right.
You know?
Right.
And thank you so much for having me. This was rock star on my Friday night. I appreciate you.
Thank you for coming, Kim Sue. Is that your real name or like a pseudonym?
That's the name on the birth paper.
Okay, that's your real name. That's a very interesting name. I like that.
Yeah, you know, Caribbean people, you know how they like to mix it up. Okay, I know you. Okay.
Right. Right. Anyway, so I'm going to get off here in a few minutes because I have to go meet up with a friend of mine who came to town with his family, and we need to catch up and see what's going on with him, and you know in the future and stuff. But I may come back in a couple hours if you're awake or something. Don't sip too much because some of y'all be sipping right now. It's Friday night, day after Thanksgiving. Y'all be sippy and stuff. Uh, I'm going to get off. Yes. And then come back about 11 maybe. 11ish, maybe 12. So, thank you for joining me. I appreciate you. I appreciate your time, your input, all that stuff. I will be back. I may be back in a couple hours. All right, guys. Have a great weekend. Have a great weekend, Kim Sue and Nisha and uh what's her name? What's her name? Nikki and everybody that was here earlier. Thank you. And like always, be the best version of you that you're going to be because I'm going to be the best version of me that I'm going to be. Don't try to be me. I'm not going to try to be you. Until later on, peace and love. Later.